This morning, Nueces County families are raising concerns about how they can monitor water use. The city is stepping in to help.
And as you may know, concerns over the water crisis continues to impact cities surrounding Corpus Christi too. Why some neighbors in Refugio are now worried about their water wells.
And repairs to a historic water tower in the city of Alice. How city officials are planning to make some much needed upgrades. Hey there, good Thursday morning, everyone. You are watching Chris 6 Sunrise, and lucky you, waking up with the Hoffmans today. I'm Brian Hoffman.
And I'm Michelle Hoffman. We are thrilled. It is Baby Friday, so that means we're so much closer to the weekend, right?
Oh,
we got to get through the day. So let's check in with meteorologist Stephen Jones to see how our day is looking today.
Well, good Thursday morning, you guys. You know, it's still looking pretty warm and humid out there. The good news is just not as warm as what we pushed yesterday. Yesterday, we hit 91 degrees for that official daytime high. Still starting off pretty mild and muggy out there. You can see the deck of cloud cover we have overhead on the sky cams. And in terms of temperatures, we're waking up to 70s across the board. Some of those coolest temperatures coming in at 74 degrees right now from Kingsville, and only about 4 degrees warmer as you work into Port Aransas, coming in at that 78 degree mark. Actually, Beeville dropping down to that official cool spot now, sitting at 73 degrees, and winds for most of us out of the southeast about 5 to 10 miles an hour right now, and that's keeping those visibilities nice and high. As we're heading into the afternoon, looking at that bus stop forecast, chasing 85 degrees as we're heading in towards 3 p.m. But something else as we're heading into later today, could see a few of those storms working into portions of the northwestern coastal bend there towards Live Oak and B County to the north of Beeville for that level 1 out of 5 risk. This starts to work in a little bit more for us tomorrow, but we'll get more into that in that 7-day forecast. Of course, let's get you ready for your Thursday morning as we're getting ready to hit those roadways. So far, haven't seen any of those slowdowns majorly in the coastal bend. If you're hitting the Harbor Bridge to and from Portland, looking good and green this morning so far. Here for our major roadways here in Corpus Christi, Ocean Drive, SPID, and Saratoga all coming in the clear. Also going to include Crosstown Expressway looking pretty good and green this morning. As we're working over towards the island, the Causeway not looking too bad either, so let's take a little detour inland. Good morning to neighbors in Sinton. So far not seeing any of those slowdowns, so a good and green Friday morning. I'll have more details about those rain chances for you coming up in our next 7-day forecast.
Steve-O, appreciate you, sir. So concerns are growing this morning for families facing water curtailment.
Yeah, it would have all households, no matter the size of the family, limited to 5,250 gallons a month. But many families are struggling to hit that threshold. So to help monitor their use, the city is aiming to use an online portal to help families. There are also ways for those families to ask for an exemption.
We're going to have to evaluate the waivers as they come. I would hesitate to provide any concrete details.
Now, folks, the city will continue to work on the online portal. It is expected to be on the agenda for tomorrow's water briefing.
I'm your neighborhood news reporter, Jada Strayer in Refugio County. I spoke to a rural resident who fears Corpus Christi's water expansion could drain his well dry.
If you take my water, I have nothing.
Manuel Gradias lives in Refugio County and says water is the lifeline to his entire community.
Water is a staple of life because if you can't feed your cattle, they die. If you can't feed your chickens, they die. You don't have meat, you don't have eggs, you don't have any of that because you need water for livestock.
Manuel spent $20,000 on this well for his home. The retired Navy veteran says Corpus Christi's plan to drill wells in San Patricio County is concerning and fears it may have a negative impact on his water supply.
They're going to suck all the water from the surrounding areas, Beeville, Goliad, Refugio, San Patricio, all these other areas. They're going to take our water for them, for their city.
He fears his well, which sits at a depth of 140 feet, would be no match for the 800-foot deep well used by the city, which would draw from the same aquifer, and that the result would force him to abandon the land he has invested in.
We're going to end up having to sell it and move someplace where they have water.
He says without water, his investment would also dry up, and his right to securing his own water should be protected.
I didn't buy this property out here for somebody in Corpus Christi, a county away from us, to say, hey, well, you have it, I want it, so I'm going to take it from you.
Manuel, like all his neighbors in this and other rural communities, are hoping Corpus Christi leaders find a solution to their water problems before surrounding communities are left with nothing but dust. Reporting from Refugio, I'm Jada Strayer, Chris 6 News.
Jada, appreciate that. Great reporting. So the water tower in Alice is expected to get a $1.5 million repair soon. City leaders are planning to restore the historic Coyote Water Tower over at Help Park. The structure was built in the 1920s and was once recognized as the tallest concrete water tower in the world, but it is not in use and has fading paint on it. Right now, the city is ordering a full engineering report to prepare it for renovations. No start date has been set quite yet.
Well, folks, it's 6:05 your Thursday morning.
Thanks for joining us. Still ahead, gas prices continue to go up, folks, as the war with Iran continues. The authorization from the president making its way to Congress.
Welcome back, folks. 6:09 your Thursday morning, 75 degrees outside. Is it safe to say that it feels cooler than yesterday?
Yeah, I feel that that's true, but to get all of the answers, we got to turn to the man, the myth, the legend. You all know him, you all love him, Mr. Meteorologist Stephen Jones. Quite the intro, I know, but you deserve it, buddy. How you doing?
Well, thank you, Brian. Thank you. Good Thursday morning, you guys. You know, like you said, we're a little bit cooler out there, but going into today, we're still going to be feeling that heat and humidity. We're getting up to about 87 for our daytime high, and dew points are still in the 70s. Winds out of the southeast still going to hold those dew points in the 70s most of our Thursday. You can see there on our studio sky cam, our sparkling city by the sea, those lights definitely shining with all of the humidity in our atmosphere. 75 degrees right here in Corpus Christi and around the rest of the coastal bend. Also most of those 70s, but a couple of 60s reappearing on the board. George West and Beeville both coming in at that 69 degree mark. As we're working over towards Port Aransas, the warm spot 78 degrees, and Alice coming in at 76 so far this Thursday morning. As we're looking at the winds, becomes a little bit more apparent why they're out of the northeast for George West and Beeville, where we're seeing that cold front just get into the northern coastal bend. The rest of us coming in out of the east and southeast generally. That's going to be the story as we head through the rest of today. Here's the big weather picture where we're seeing the cold front bear down on south central Texas right now from about Del Rio through here to northern portions of the coastal bend. Really not moving too much. As we go into tomorrow, we're finally going to see that cold front push through the area and then get that cooler, drier air as we're working into the weekend. Heading into our Thursday, though, let's check out our dog walking forecast. Today we've got Scooter, Little Girl, and Roscoe there from San Patricio County. Says they love going on walks along the seawall. As we're heading out there further, walk through the next few hours, going to be warming up 80 degrees by 10 a.m. As we're heading out for lunch later this afternoon, still in those lower 80s, about 83 degrees with winds picking up towards 10 to 15 miles an hour. So not quite as breezy as yesterday, but still going to feel it into the afternoon. As we go through the rest of our Thursday, we see most of the stormy, showery activity off towards the northwest. We do see the severe risk move into northern portions of the coastal bend, mainly northern Live Oak and B counties, but could see some of that general thunderstorm risk push as far south as Corpus Christi and even in towards Alice. Going into tomorrow, though, that starts to move in a little bit further towards us, Corpus Christi through there towards to Tilden and to the northeast. So we're watching for maybe mainly hail and high winds with these storms as they work into the area. Just want to be mindful of it as it works in. Here's how it's currently playing out on the future tracker heading into this afternoon. Still holding on to a decent dose of that cloud cover, and then we're watching for storms off towards the west. Those look a little bit more likely that they could hold on to some of that strength as they work into the area, but still going to be following that same trend of mostly losing some of that strength. Heading in towards the overnight period, we're still watching out for some of those storms, and looks like we could be waking up with a few of them as we're heading in towards the sunrise shows tomorrow, and then some more scattered activity throughout tomorrow before finally heading into our Friday night. We start to see that final line of showers and thunderstorms working through the area. So keep that in mind if you have any Friday night plans. Here's how it's all coming out on the 7-day forecast. Still warm and humid through today and tomorrow, but if you're making those weekend plans, looking pretty great out there. Only up to 77 degrees on Saturday.
Well, as the war in Iran continues, our gas prices here at home continue to face those effects. Right now, according to AAA, the cost of regular gas is $4.30 nationwide. Here in Texas, We're looking at the average of $3.85. Diesel, that is up $1.80 from this time last year, sitting at $4.97. Well, this week marks 60 days since the start of the war with Iran. Scripps News Group's chief Washington correspondent, Joe St. George, joins us now live.
Yeah, good morning, Joe. So from what we understand, if the president wants to continue using the use of the military, the authorization needs to head to Congress. So how can we expect Congress to respond to the request?
Right. What you're talking about is the 60-day deadline, right? When a president conducts military operations, after 60 days, he needs another round of authorization, or some experts will say that's a violation of federal law. Now, we should be very clear here that this is something that hasn't really ever been firmly tested in the courts. The courts have tended to stay away from foreign policy military action cases. Congress may just ignore this 60-day mark, but it is a noteworthy period of time, and we're expecting Secretary of Defense Pete Hegseth on Capitol Hill once again today. Yesterday, he outlined the total price of the war from a military perspective. Thus far, $25 billion. You divide that by 60, that's around $400 million or so dollars a day. There's the economic cost as well, which I know people are feeling in Texas. But the context that you gave at the top there is important, because while Texas prices this morning are $3.85, that's the Texas state average for a gallon of gasoline. The national average is $4.30. It's the highest of the war. It's the highest in 4 years. And I think we don't maybe talk enough about diesel, because gas is what we typically see when we care about for our own vehicles. When we drive by a local gas station, we're looking about the gas prices. But diesel is what heavy equipment uses. It's what farmers and those in agriculture so often use. Trucks use it to transport so many items in this country. Think of food, right, that ultimately ends up at your grocery store. That's usually on a diesel-powered truck at some point. And many economists have pointed out that the high cost of diesel could trickle down and impact inflation far greater than actually the price of gasoline. And we may be on the precipice. We are on the verge of setting a new record in this country for diesel consumption. All of this unfolding as there seems to be no end in sight with the conflict in the Middle East. Just a few minutes ago, the supreme leader of Iran issued a statement saying that they're going to protect their nuclear capabilities as this negotiation goes on. Noteworthy because remember what President Trump wants. He wants, in order to open up the Strait of Hormuz, where 1/5 of the world's oil typically flows through, he wants Iran to also address nuclear weapons and their ambitions going forward. I hate to use the phrase political chicken because there's just so much at stake here, but it really is. I mean, who's going to blink first here? Can Iran's economy sustain this blockade? Think of it. They're producing oil. They have nowhere to put it, nowhere to send it, nowhere to export it. Or can President Trump endure the political pressure that naturally comes from these high gas prices? And certainly Republicans in Texas are watching this. There's the midterm elections quickly approaching. And anytime you're dealing with near record prices for gasoline, that has an impact at the polls, guys.
Well, thank you so much, Joe, for providing all of that context.
Looking forward to talking again very soon. Have yourself a great day. So, folks, it is 6:16 on your Thursday morning. Thanks for joining us.
After the break, a mural is going up in our nation's capital ahead of America's 250th birthday. We'll show you how it's portraying women's suffrage and the Chinese American community. As the nation prepares to celebrate America's 250th birthday, a new mural is taking shape in Washington, D.C. It's a powerful piece of artwork that honors women's suffrage and the Chinese American community.
Mark Seagraves explains the connection between the mural and democracy.
The mural is going up here on 8th Street in Chinatown on the side of Yenny Wong's restaurant.
It's a great honor. I can do something for the community.
The woman who now looks over all who pass by is Mabel Ping Hao Lee. Not a household name, but a hero in the Chinese American community who fought for the rights of all women to get the vote. Lee was a teenager when she joined the suffragette movement. She took part in the famous horseback suffragette parade in New York City in 1912, where she led a Baptist mission. Born in China, she came to America as a young girl and became the first Chinese woman to earn a PhD in economics in the United States. Ted Gong, with the 1882 Foundation, came up with the idea for the mural as a way to bring attention to the 1882 Chinese Exclusion Act that prohibited Chinese immigrants from becoming citizens, as well as the role all immigrants have played in building our country.
And how many thousands of people pass by Chinatown every day, right? They're on their way to see the Smithsonian, the Congress, or something like this. But how many have heard that Chinese actually participating in the making of America, whether physically building the railroads or other parts or scientists or just being you and me, right? How many of those heroes do we actually can we tell that story on a regular basis to individuals that come by here?
In 1920, women were given the right to vote, but Lee would still be denied the right she fought for because Chinese immigrants were still denied citizenship. While the Chinese Exclusion Act was repealed in 1943, it's not known whether she ever was able to vote. When the mural is finished, it will have a message across the top.
And it's going to say, vote, it's your voice. That is the message that we need to constantly tell. And we need to constantly tell it in ways that are not just within a classroom or even within a museum, but on a wall as you're walking by and you didn't think about it.
As for Wong, now when she's working inside her restaurant, she knows that outside she's also giving back to her community.
I feel very proud.
Well, folks, it's now 6:24, your Thursday morning.
And after the break, Purdue Pharma will soon dissolve. How the end of a nearly 2-decade lawsuit is finally concluded.
Now, say hello to your neighbors. This is your Chris 6 News Sunrise Shoutouts.
Good morning, Coastalmen. Good morning. Wishing everybody from the Fulton's Irish Pub a wonderful day.
Oh, we love the team over there at the Fulton Irish Pub. Heard they have a good steak sandwich?
Yes, they do. One of my favorites. Delish.
Well, yeah, folks, we hope you guys have a wonderful day as well. And if you want to send us your own shout-out video, all you have to do is scan the QR code on your screen or go to our website, christv.com. After nearly 2 decades, the criminal case against pharmaceutical company Purdue Pharma is over. A federal judge ordered the company to pay the Justice Department $225 million. The settlement deal is expected to resolve opioid-related lawsuits brought by state and local governments. As part of the settlement, Purdue Pharma will dissolve and transfer assets to a new entity, Noah Pharma.
So this is one of my favorite stories of the year. A judge will decide if the Onion News Network can take over Alex Jones's InfoWars. Now, Jones lost the platform after being found liable for calling the 2012 Sandy Hook shooting a hoax. Remember that school shooting that took the lives of school kids? Well, a judge rejected the Onion's bid to buy InfoWars back in 2024, but now the media company is pitching a licensing deal to relaunch InfoWars as a parody website. Well, it is 6:27 on your Thursday morning. Thanks for joining us, folks.
Still ahead, how the city of Corpus Christi is working to make sure residents have an easier way to monitor their water use.
Larger Coastal Bend families are raising concerns this morning when it comes to their water use. The city is planning to make monitoring their water use a little easier.
Plus, tax appraisals are going out. If you don't agree with yours, we'll show you where you can go tonight to challenge it.
Plus, a common misconception when it comes to flood insurance, what you need to know and do before the start of hurricane season. Hey there, good Thursday morning, folks. If you're just joining us, you're watching Chris 6 Sunrise, and yet again, waking up with the Hoffmans. I'm Brian Hoffman.
And I'm Michelle Hoffman. Folks, it is Thursday. We got to get you ready for the day to conquer it, right? Let's check in with meteorologist Stephen Jones to see how our forecast is looking, because I feel like the weather, just plays a role in mood and everything.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, absolutely. And going into today, we are still holding on to a lot of that heat and humidity. Not quite as much sunshine as we're going into this afternoon. We'll still see pops of it through the cloud cover, cover, but with all of that abundant moisture, looks like we're going to hold on to a decent dose of it as we're heading into our Thursday afternoon. But as we're kicking off our baby Friday out there, we're waking up to the mid-70s across most of the board. 75 degrees here in Corpus Christi, 73 the cool spot off to the north in Beeville. A little warmer along the coast. Port Aransas coming in at 78 degrees with Kingsville waking up to about 74 on the board. Winds out of the southeast for most of us, about 5 to 10 miles an hour, still keeping most of that fog away, luckily. And as we go through the rest of our Thursday, like I said, holding on to a decent dose of that cloud cover as we're heading into the afternoon and evening. We'll still nonetheless push up into those upper 80s for our daytime highs. Have about 87 for us here in Corpus Christi. Likely to see about 90 degrees as you work your way to the west towards Duval and Jim Wells County. As we head into this afternoon and evening, the severe outlook does affect portions of the coastal bend, but just far northern portions of it. Northern Live Oak and Bee counties both included in that level 1 out of 5 risk. Could see some of that thunderstorm activity pushing as far south as Alice and Corpus Christi, though, with the southern end of that. And going into tomorrow, does look like it'll push a little bit further south with that cold front working in. But as we're getting you ready for your Thursday morning, let's go ahead and take a look at that traffic flow map as we're getting ready to head out there. So far, hasn't been too bad if you're getting ready to hit the Harbor Bridge to and from Portland this morning. That good and green flow there. So let's go ahead and check out our major roadways here in Corpus Christi. Ocean Drive, SPID, and Saratoga all coming in the clear. Just one minor slowdown on Saratoga. That's as you're near Airline Road there at that light. Other than that, Crosstown Expressway also coming in the clear. If you're hitting the Causeway from the island this morning, also looking at that good and green flow, my favorite color to see up on the board. So let's go ahead and take a detour inland. Good morning to neighbors over there in Sinton. So far, not seeing that slowdown on Pirate Boulevard or across any of your roadways. So also going to be good and green as you're heading out the door. I'll have more details about those rain chances that are working in for tonight and tomorrow. That's going to be coming up in our next full 7-day forecast.
We're definitely going to need that rain because residents across the coastal bend continue to face the threat of how much water they'll be allowed per month.
Yeah, that's right. But larger families say that they cannot meet the 5,000-gallon threshold. There's an application to ask for an exemption or variance to raise the water allotment. A mother of 4 advocated for the system during Tuesday's City Council meeting.
We're going to have to evaluate the waivers as they come. I would hesitate to provide any concrete details.
So the city says that they're working to make tracking water use and exemption applications easier with an online portal.
Today, the Nueces County Commissioners are expected to declare a water emergency. The call was expected earlier this week, but it was pushed back to later this morning. The declaration is expected to take place at 9 in Commissioners Court. And many Nueces County neighbors received their property tax appraisals. Tonight, you can learn how to fight it, though. There will be a free seminar on how to protest your appraisal. It starts at 6 at the Holiday Inn Corpus Christi Airport. Tax experts will be on hand to help you fill out the proper forms on the spot. And you can register online at nuecescountygop.com.
And hey, I definitely recommend you always fight that. So we are just over a month away from the official start of hurricane season. And now is the time, if you haven't already, to purchase flood insurance. Many homeowners believe that homeowners insurance will cover flood damage, but homeowners insurance only covers theft or a fire. Flood insurance has to be purchased separately. A spokesperson with the Texas Department of Flood Insurance says that some lenders require it.
When you buy your policy, there's a 30-day waiting period until it takes effect. So if I were to buy a flood policy today, I can't use it. I can't file a claim until 30 days from now. And that's going to be true for most flood policies you buy.
So you can purchase flood insurance through a private company or go through the National Flood Insurance Program. Home renters can purchase flood insurance for their belongings.
The water tower in Alice is expected to get a $1.5 million repair soon. City leaders are planning to restore the historic Coyote Water Tower at Held Park. The structure was built in the 1920s and was once recognized as the tallest concrete tower in the world. But it is not in use and has fading paint. As Melissa Trevino found out, the city is ordering a full engineering report to prepare it for renovations.
We also are going to do some safety enhancement to it along with exterior restoration and then of course continue the maintenance on it as well.
The renovation funds will come from hotel and motel tax dollars. No start date has been set.
So 6:36 is your time on this Thursday morning. Before you head out the door, meteorologist Stephen Jones has a look at your forecast.
And gas prices have hit their highest nationwide since the start of the war with Iran. Still ahead, the options President Trump is weighing at the Strait of Hormuz. This morning, Nueces County families are raising concerns about how they can monitor water use. We'll show you how the city is stepping in to help.
Plus, Casa of the Coastal Bend has a brand new CEO. I sat down with both the former and current CEO as new leadership takes over.
And a fallen World War II veteran is home with the help of new technology when you can pay your respects tomorrow.
Now, 20 minutes of nonstop news, sponsored by Ewald Kubota.
Thank you so much for joining us for our 20 minutes nonstop news. So gas prices hitting a national average of $4.23 a gallon, the highest that we've seen since the start of the war with Iran.
It's forcing the conflict's economic impact into sharp focus. The Federal Reserve is opting not to lower interest rates, citing uncertainty over the war's impact on inflation. President Trump is weighing potential military options to clear the bottleneck in the critical Strait of Hormuz, while adamant the U.S. blockade of Iranian ports is working.
So Pentagon leaders are defending the war's success.
Your hatred for President Trump blinds you to the truth of the success of this mission and the historic stakes that the president is addressing.
So the Pentagon putting the war's price tag so far at $25 billion.
30% of Corpus Christi residents are facing major lifestyle changes under level 1 water emergency. Potential water curtailment to 5,250 gallons a month hurts families, large households, and people who have already made cuts but still don't meet that threshold. So let me show you how to apply for a larger water allotment.
At the toilet, and we're like, do we flush? Do we not flush? And I'm looking at my husband saying, we showering together or what?
Susan Gonzalez has a family of 4 and 3 dogs. During Tuesday's public comments, she said the water curtailment rate is not feasible for homes like hers.
You want to take me from 10, 8, bring me down to 7, and then reduce 25% on top of that?
Despite making water cuts around the house, Gonzalez says she cannot reach the proposed 5,250 gallon a month allotment for residents in a level 1 water emergency.
There have got to be allowances in place for people that have these types of things.
Now, the city says there are allowances by applying for a variance or exemption. This form from the city asks for a few things. First, the who, your name, address, phone number, etc. Second, it wants the why, your reason for applying. Why are you requesting an exemption? Next, it asks for the what, the dates and times you'll need the extra water. What source will you be drawing the water from? And finally, this form asks for the how. How have you been conserving water thus far? How will restrictions cause damage to you or cause health concerns? I asked Corpus Christi Water's COO Nick Winkleman what people can do to have the best chance of getting their exemption approved. Here's his response.
We're going to have to evaluate the waivers as they come. I would hesitate to provide any concrete details.
But he did tell me that staff is working to make these applications simpler.
We're going to beef up the instructions. We're going to create a new landing page for that variance as we will be expecting them.
Work continues on an online portal where applying for variances and tracking your water usage will be easier. I'll find out more at Friday's water briefing. Reporting from Corpus Christi, I'm Drew Bishop for Chris 6 News.
Well, good Thursday morning there, Coastal Bend. I'm meteorologist Stephen Jones. Taking a live view from our studio, Skycam still have a decent dose of cloud cover overhead. 75 degrees right here in Corpus Christi. Looking closer at some of those temperatures with our Chris 6 neighborhood weather network. Starting off on the south side, 77 there at Wind Willow Drive. Garden Court coming in at 76 degrees, and Flower Bluff pretty similar, 73 on Graham Road. 78 there, though, on Laguna Shores Road currently. And as we work to the north, closer to Lake Corpus Christi, County Road 803 coming in at 74 degrees. County Road 364 also at that 74 degree mark, but just a few miles to the north there in B County, and just to the north of Beeville, coming in at 68 from Hilltop Road, where we're seeing that cold front just barely push into northern portions of the Coastal Bend, but really slowing down as it does and stalling out over northern portions of the Coastal Bend. As we go into tomorrow, we'll see that final push of it working through the southern portions of the area, and then that much cooler and drier air here in Corpus Christi. But going through our Thursday, still have the heat and the humidity, so let's look at our dog dog walking forecast. Today we've got Scooter, Little Girl, and Roscoe on the board from San Patricio County. Says their favorite place to take a walk is there along the seawall, and as we're heading out for that walk, we'll be on the warm-up. 81 by 11 a.m. up to 84 as we're pushing in towards 1 p.m. And in terms of our winds, still holding on to the south and east this morning and afternoon, about 10 to 15 miles an hour here in Corpus Christi. Now, as we head into this afternoon and evening, we do have a severe weather threat off towards the northwest. Could see some of those general thunderstorms working into central portions of the coastal bend, but also northern tiers of Bee County and Live Oak County still included in that level 1 out of 5 risk heading into this evening and tonight. Going into tomorrow, we start to see that shift a little bit further to the southeast, including us here in Corpus Christi through Orange Grove up towards Cotulla and then all to the northeast of that line in level 1 out of 5 risk. Main modes of severe weather would likely be hail and high winds, something we're watching for, and we'll keep you updated if we do see any of those storms get a little sporty tomorrow. Here's how it's all playing out on our future tracker. Through most of the day, just holding on to a lot of that cloud cover. By the time we're heading into tonight, that's where we're starting to watch some of those storms off to the west. Still going to follow that same trend of losing steam as they work into the area, but starts to increase the likelihood that they do make it into our area as we're heading into tomorrow, especially already by the overnight hours. Looks like as we're heading into the sunrise show tomorrow morning, could have a few more storms on deck on the radar, and even throughout our Friday could see some of that scattered activity before it finally starts to work through with that final line as we're heading into tomorrow night for any Friday night plans. For sure. So for our 7-day forecast, here's how it's all playing out. If you have any Friday night plans, keep that in mind. Could see some of those scattered thunder showers out there, but the weekend looking just great in the wake of the cold front. 77 by Saturday, only up to 80 as we're heading into Sunday.
I'm Melissa Trevino, your neighborhood news reporter in Alice, where city leaders are taking a second look at a huge makeover project involving this towering landmark in the city. For decades, the Coyote Water Tower has stood tall as one of Alice's most recognizable symbols, but over the years, it's needed some TLC.
Put some new paint on there, maybe get that logo going to where it stands out again, because it's just been standing for so long that it's now just all faded.
Melissa Escobar and her mother, Imelda Ramirez, are co-owners of Action Sports and Awards. They say that anything involving the water tower is their most sought-after product.
So water tower shirt, and it's just a staple. Yeah. It's a staple here in Alice.
City leaders say the structure, built in the 1920s, represents Alice history.
So iconic because it's our history, right? Alice is all about history. This one is no longer in use, but it was at one point, right? And so it's really important to just kind of look at it and see, like, okay, this is what Alice stands for. We're all about history.
The city completed an observational report back in 2020, but now a full engineering report will be required before moving forward.
We also are going to do some safety enhancement to it, along with exterior restoration, and then, of course, continue the maintenance on it as well.
The project would be funded through hotel motel occupancy tax dollars at a cost of $1.5 million. For many in the community, like Jose Rodriguez, the tower is a piece of living history, standing at 165 feet, and was once recognized as the tallest of its kind in the world.
Very important to Alice because it's a masterpiece, really. I mean, construction-wise, I mean, it was unreal how they did it back in the 20s.
Rodriguez believes the city is doing a great service to the community by working to restore the iconic tower. The tower project is still in the early stages with no official start date. In the meantime, leaders say they're focused on making sure this investment benefits the community long term. In Alice, I'm Melissa Trevino, Press 6 News.
Melissa, thank you so much. London ISD is hosting their State of the District this morning. They're expected to announce a new partnership. Superintendent Bill Chapman will reveal a new program with local partners. Officials say the program is the first of its kind in the region. The State of the District starts at 11:30 in the London High School gym.
Well, today you can get a cup of coffee, I should say. I need one more cup for a cause. So different coffee shops are partnering up with Sleeves of Support. The campaign starts today. The coffee sleeves are bringing attention to the need for adoptive families. Nonprofits are partnering with businesses to raise awareness for foster youth right here in the Coastal Bend. So there are 18 coffee shops participating in the Sleeves of Support. This is a look from the Agape Ranch website. We've got a list for them on your screen. We're going to have a list for you on our website, christv.com as well.
A Coastal Bend sailor lost in the attack on Pearl Harbor will finally be laid to rest this week, more than 80 years later. As I told you in March, thanks to advances in DNA technology, Clyde McMeans was recently identified. The Benketti native was just 26 years old when he died aboard the USS California during the attack. For years, his remains were unknown until now. Now, yesterday, he made his long journey home, flying from Hawaii to Texas, arriving at the San Antonio International Airport. He was welcomed with a solemn water cannon salute and escorted to a hearse by the U.S. Navy. I was there alongside the family, witnessing the moment.
It's a memory that we never thought we would have, and we're so honored with dignity and respect for Uncle Clyde and what he did for us.
Now, this marks the second Pearl Harbor hero to return home to the Coastal Bend in just 6 months. And now the community has a chance to say goodbye. You're invited to his memorial service this Friday at 1 p.m., and he'll be laid to rest with full military honors at the Coastal Bend State Veterans Cemetery.
Well, it's the end of an era, folks, as Casa of the Coastal Bend is welcoming in a brand new CEO. But don't worry, the previous CEO, Paige Hall, well, she is going to be here helping out the new CEO, Clarissa Mora, along the way. And while she helps out kiddos along the way right here in the Coastal Bend, thank you both for joining us today. We really do appreciate it. So I gotta ask, this is the beginning of your second week as CEO. How's it been so far?
It's been amazing. The first week that I started was Volunteer Appreciation Week, and so I had the opportunity to meet some of CASA's most amazing volunteers. The staff and the board have been incredibly kind and welcoming, and then the community support has just added to that.
Handing off this baton after how many years have you been at the helm?
Almost 30. Wow. Yeah, 30 this year.
How does it feel?
Bittersweet. Yeah, bittersweet. Clarissa is wonderful. We're so excited to have her. And, you know, it's time. It's a rite of passage.
Big shoes to fill. What's one of the things that drew you to CASA?
The children that CASA serves, they're so young and they've already experienced so much adversity in their life. So to be a part of an organization that helps restore hope and healing in children's lives is just something that's really special. I started at the Children's Advocacy Center of the Coastal Bend 16 years ago. I started as an intern, and then shortly after that I was promoted to family advocate, so I worked directly with the non-offending family members of children who had been impacted by abuse. After family advocacy, I transitioned to program director, and then my last 10 years I served as executive director.
So I know that it's only been your second week, but is there anything so far that you've seen that needs public attention, that maybe they can help you succeed in helping all of these kids?
Absolutely. Volunteer recruitment is huge right now. Like I said, we're trying to make sure that CASA can serve 100% of the kids right now in foster care, and we just haven't been able to meet that. Last year, there were over 700 children in the foster care system, and of those 700, CASA served about 325 of those children.
You're stepping down as CEO. That does not mean you're disappearing like a shadow into the night, right? People can still expect to see you around the CASA building.
Absolutely. Every once in a while, once I've actually fully retired, I'm sure that I'll find some sort of place with CASA, because CASA's in my heart forever.
Well, Paige, thank you so much for your time, and thank you for everything that you've done here in the Coastal Bend. It was my pleasure being able to work with you. Clarissa, I'm excited to make brand new memories with you and see all of the kiddos that you're able to help out in the years to come. And if you guys would like to be a part of that journey and maybe become a volunteer yourself, I'll leave a link to do so in the online version of the story, or you can always go to casaofthecoastalbend.org and apply to help out kids in your neighborhood.
Now, 6 things to know before you go.
Nueces County commissioners are expected to declare a water emergency this morning. The call was expected earlier this week but was pushed back to today. The declaration is expected to take place at 9 in Commissioners Court.
So later on this morning, Portland Mayor Kathy Scarrow will deliver her final State of the City address. The annual luncheon will take place over the Portland Community Center at 11. The community is invited to attend.
Tonight at 6, residents can learn how to fight their property tax appraisal. The free seminar will take place at the Holiday Inn Corpus Christi Airport. Tax experts will be on hand, and you can register online at nuecescountygop.com.
Definitely recommend you do so, folks. So a traffic alert on Yorktown Boulevard this morning. The change comes ahead of Saturday's traffic shift. Eastbound lanes of Yorktown will close from Rodfield Road to the Oso Creek Mud Bridge. There will still be access to local businesses in the area.
Sam's Club says it will raise its membership prices by $10 tomorrow. A basic membership rises from $50 to $60 a year. The Plus version will be twice that, $120 annually.
Well, if you're planning on hitting the pump this morning, this is what you can expect. According to AAA, the cost of a regular gallon of gas, $4.30 nationwide. Across the state, average for a gallon of regular gas, $3.85 here in Texas. Diesel is sitting at $4.97. Well, it is that time again, folks. So one last check-in on your weather and, of course, the roadways with meteorologist Stephen Jones. Hey. Good morning.
Good morning, you guys. You know, we're still feeling the heat and humidity this morning. Luckily, not too much shower activity on the radar, so the roadways, they've been shaping up pretty good and green all morning. My favorite color to see up on the board. That's what we've been seeing all morning. We're starting to see a couple more yellows show up on the map. If you're hitting the Harbor Bridge to and from Portland, luckily good and green that direction. So let's check in for those Robstown and Calallen commuters. Both 37 and 44 look to be coming in the clear. Just some minor slowdowns on Leopard as you're working closer into town, but other than that, not too bad. As we shift into our major roadways here in Corpus Christi, Ocean Drive, SPID, and Crosstown Expressway all coming in the clear. Just some minor slowdowns on Saratoga closer to Airline Road and Rodfield, but only those yellows on the map. Getting that closer view of downtown, a little bit of an increase on Morgan Avenue, but still not seeing any of those oranges on reds, so pretty good if you're working into downtown also. But of course, we've got some rain on the way. Let's get you a forecast as you're heading out into your Thursday, Friday, and then into the weekend. We are going to be watching for that next cold front working in, but starting with our Thursday morning, we're still seeing with those sitting with those cloudy skies overhead and plenty of humidity. Here's a view from our Sunset Island cam, courtesy of Matthews CCAC. Plenty of cloud cover keeping us in the 70s this morning, but there is a couple of cooler temperatures off to the north, mainly towards Beeville, coming in around 68 degrees, 75 here in Corpus Christi. As we work off towards the northwest, that's where we see the best rain chance for today. Could see some of those storms try to work into central portions of the coastal bend, but the better chance is going to be as we work into tomorrow. As that cold front slowly works further to the south, going to see the storm chance also work to the south, including us here in Corpus Christi through about Cotulla tomorrow, and then on a line to the northeast with that level 1 out of 5 risk. So something to keep in mind as we're heading out for those Friday night plans. On the 7-day forecast, we are on the warm up still today and tomorrow, but going into the weekend looking pretty nice out there with those upper 70s and only 80 degrees by Sunday. Going to shape up pretty nicely in terms of our weather forecast.
Stephen, thank you so much. One of the biggest relay marathons in the Coastal Bend will take place in a couple of weeks. The 49th annual Beach to Bay Relay Marathon will take place on May 16th. Brian and I have done it before, so we know it's some work. The course will start on the island and end at Waters Edge Park. Park and ride services will be available for runners, and that starts at 4:45 in the morning at the Old Sunrise Mall on the day of the run.
Coverage of Buck Days on Chris 6 News is sponsored by Mazda of Corpus Christi.
Are you ready? That's because Buck Days officially kicks off today, folks.
And you know what? There's so much going on for the next week or so. From whether you want to see the rodeo, enjoy live music, or head to the carnival, one highlight today includes the dunking of the mayor at 5:30. You can watch from the seawall on North Shoreline Boulevard at Star Street. We have a full schedule on our website, christv.com.
Yar, we be giving her the plank, mateys. Could be a grand old time.
I know Crawfish for a Cause is happening on Sunday. I actually want to go and try it.
That'll be fun.
Delicious. Well, hey, folks, thank you so much for tuning in. We always appreciate it. We hope you have a fantastic day from everyone here at the Sunrise Crew.